Alrighty folks, wanted to welcome you back to another video from Yates Computers Tips and Reviews. So for this video, I bought a product off of eBay. It was supposed to be working. I knew when I looked at it that the seals and everything were broken, that it would not possibly be working and functioning. But I wanted to go through this. This is probably not for the home user. This is your backup storage device. This is an actual server mounted unit. This is not a sponsored video. Like I said, I bought this. So let's start out with heading over, hit subscribe, come on back. I wanted to show you some of the little simple basics of it. So this is a Barracuda backup cloud device. This would be big businesses. If you have a small, medium type of business, you might be interested in something similar. But there's other devices that do the basic same device. But this is what I got for a rack mount that I wanted to go through and show. Because just because it's their device doesn't necessarily mean it can't be repurposed. A lot of things today is, what do you do with all your old tech? You have Windows 11, Windows 10, Windows 12 coming. You have the new hardware requirements. What do you do with a lot of this tech? A lot of it, you can load a different OS. Linux, Ubuntu, something else in that system, and you can run it. And you can run it, and you can run proprietary functions, is what I'm going to put it. And what I mean by proprietary function is backup software, backup clients, VPNs, firewall, different functions on that individual unit. So basically, this unit had 2 hard drives in it. I already took the memory out. It looked like 2 hard drives in it. We're going to go higher. Has the cables, power supply, motherboard. Took the RAM out because I wanted to see if I can upgrade the RAM. Has expansion spots on the board. Other option is maybe I scrap all of this, buy a new case, mount the board, mount the power supply, and I have a computer. Because you do see, it's basically a standard motherboard in there. And this is a single U rack mount. It's very common. Small servers are that way. Most servers are usually dual, so it's twice as high. Wanted to go through and show this so that this is not an average, everyday home user type of thing. If you want to build a rack, you want to build something in your house, if you're getting into the higher end tech, you would do a lot of rack mount type of stuff. I have videos on standalone servers where I've talked about rack mount. So this, I can actually probably take their label off or put a new faceplate on, new cover on, do whatever. Turn this into a server if I needed to. I'll have to figure out what CPU and all of that is in here. Figure out what OS is supported. Figure out what I want to do with the hardware. But, like I said, I can take this all out, put it in a new case, build a new computer. All off of what I've got. Add a video card. I can add a lot of features to this already. So I wanted to go through and actually show this and explain what they are talking about by repurposing hardware, thrift stores. Like I said, I got this off of eBay. $40. Got a motherboard, CPU, memory, power supply. Just need a case that fits that form factor, and I'm sure I can find that very easily. So, wanted to go through and show these type of things because when you get into the computer field and you get into tech, what you do at home and how you do things at home, and then how you would want to do things in a business environment, in home labs, any of those type of things are different. Getting this kind of tech, when you see it laying around, finding it somewhere at a good price, knowing what to do with it. To me, this is a good deal instantly. If it was working with the drives, that would even have been a better deal. But I have no problem getting that up and running. I have drives sitting around everywhere. One of the functions or problems you have when you get into some of these things is you can see there's no CD-ROM. But you can always buy a new case, put it in there, put a CD-ROM in. Most days you probably don't need it. Most of it, you can load your software off a USB or digital type of software where you download it. So you have all those options out there. So I wanted to go through and show this off and to let people know what a rack mount is, because I don't have anything else that was rack mountable because I don't have a rack. But I was interested in this tech to figure out what I could do with it. Because as you can, it's pretty wide, but if I needed to, I could actually mount it under the desk. I could do anything I wanted to with this. So what I was looking at was as a backup device to store my videos. I can hook 2 drives up to it, mirror it, I can RAID it, I can do a lot of things if the board supports it. So this was one of the things that I wanted to bring up because it's a backup device. Is what it was designed for. This company sold them for that. If you want a backup device where you can, it's expensive services and everything else, where you can back up to the physical device and it backs up to the cloud, this is the kind of devices you could buy. And they make bigger units with more storage. But if you can buy one second hand that already has a motherboard, power supply, all that stuff, all you have to do is provide the drives. And everybody knows spinning mechanical drives really aren't that expensive to get large formats. So this I was looking for my videos, to store them, keep them safe, that type of thing. So this was kind of an option that came up, and I kind of thought, well, let me press this out, because people do a lot of photos, a lot of other things, a lot of everything's digital nowadays. This might be an option for you. Is get a slim case, slim chassis, some old unused products that are out there that might still support it. Linux, Windows, whatever you need to put on there for it to function for the task you want. So this is really what this video was about the repurposing of old tech, because right now I hear a lot of concerns that there's going to be so much going out to landfills, going out to so many places because of all the new computers coming in and all the old going out. A lot of this tech will still function for pretty much any kind of usage you need it for. So that's where I wanted to get to, is just because this will not run Windows 12 does not mean it's trash. If you have a lot of these products that you can't use, donate it, do what you need to, and then people who actually have a use for it can actually use it, instead of it all going to landfills and going to wherever else it needs to go. So, want to thank everybody for watching. I know this was kind of a short one, but wanted to go through and just show you pretty much the basics on the inside of something that you can refurbish, reuse, because probably a lot of people don't really think of it in that way, that, oh, I can buy this And it already has this. Like I said, all I really need is a case. The RAM I have taken out. Hard drives I already have. So I have my choices between anything I want to run on here. All I need is a case. I can actually mount that drive right here and I don't even need a case. I'm done. I have everything I need. So, I want to thank everybody for watching. Head on over, hit subscribe. I know this one was very short, but I wanted to show how you can reuse an older device that you might not actually think of or comprehend that you can use. I'll probably do some videos on resetting this up, checking the hardware, showing you BIOS configurations, showing you a lot of stuff that you'll need to know. A lot of it I think I've already gone over in the last few years, but it's a good refresher. It's a good thing to know if you go through old tech and try to refurbish it. Power test it, make sure it's working, make sure it power cycles, all that type of stuff. Before you spend any money on it, make sure it works. Know I had some videos on some of the computers that I've bought off of eBay, took parts out of, assembled, got 2 computers working, but then I bought my little mini and took that out because it didn't support Windows 11. I needed one that supported Windows 11. So it's basically the same concept. It's just a server mount, rack mount unit that was actually used for a backup device and not an actual computer. It is an actual computer in there. And knowing that that's an actual computer in there might help you out. You might find these things dirt cheap somewhere and pick them up and they might work perfectly fine. You can buy 3 or 4 of them and 3 or 4 different servers configurations out of something that you wouldn't think of. So head on over, hit subscribe, more videos coming. Thank you so much.